when light heavyweight hopeful from the UK, Ben Whittaker, entered the ring in October of 2024 against Liam Cameron. He was expected to display his skills along with his showboating, as he has been known to do, and dispose of Cameron easily. But it was not to be, because the fight turned out to be quite rougher than even Whittaker would anticipate. And with the ending that transpired, both men toppling over the ropes in a situation that really wasn't pretty at all. Both men came out of that uninjured, but Whittaker was not able to continue. The fight was being difficult for him prior to that circumstance, and many people even accused him of pulling Liam over that top rope as they tumbled out of the ring, resulting in the fight being halted due to Whittaker saying that he couldn't continue, a technical draw. This happened in the 6th round. And so now we're going to see a rematch between the two. Let's talk about the possibilities of what can transpire in this upcoming rematch, April 20th. Rematches. Sometimes I have stated that they can drive the sport forward, and that's expected this Sunday, April 20th, when UK fighters Ben Whittaker and Liam Cameron face one another for the second time. Their first fight was controversial in its ending, and it left a lot of a sour taste in many a mouth due to many people feeling that that fight could have continued even after the incident in the 6th round, where seemingly Ben Whittaker, in a clinch near the ropes, pulled Liam with him over the top rope. A dangerous ploy, but it is what it is. And what happened was Cameron came out of that fine. Liam said he was ready to go and continue. But suddenly, Whittaker, the man of such confidence, the showboat, the ticket, had a boo-boo. He said his ankle, his knee, his leg, his back, his neck, his elbow, something would not let him finish the fight. You see, what happened was, prior to the 6th round, there was a boxing match going on that wasn't quite going the way that we had seen on a regular basis from Whittaker. The showboating tactics, the flashy punch combinations, the unorthodox punches thrown, because he has been known to be a bit of a light heavyweight Prince Nassim, huh? At the age of 27, he looks more like a basketball player than he looks like a fighter. And Cameron, who's 34, but an experienced 34, he has been in there with quality fighters that he has taken the distance, and he's been stopped. He has had his share of setbacks in and out of the ring. Whittaker, for him, this fight against Cameron was supposed to just be a veteran name for him to use as a launch pad going forward in the division. But all of a sudden, the 6'3" orthodox fighter found that he had to fight. And maybe it just got to him, the experience of Cameron. Maybe that was something that he just had not anticipated. Because fighters know when you're in there with someone and you're exchanging and you hit a guy with your good stuff and he just seems to shake it off and just keep coming, you're like, okay, what do I do now? Especially if you hadn't planned for a battle. Meaning, like, if this doesn't go well, I'll adjust to this. If this doesn't go well, I'll adjust to that. Whittaker seemingly didn't have those type of answers, because as early as that first round, he was throwing hard shots to Cameron, to the face and to the body. But as Cameron blocked, parried, and kept moving forward, all of a sudden, you could see a little bit of give and bend. But it didn't happen right away. It happened as the fight commenced. And then came that 6th round. You see, sometimes fighters will shut down psychologically. That's why a great cornerman is important, to be able to keep a guy engaged. And I don't believe that Whittaker can't defeat the likes of Cameron, but this was the first time that he had this type of opposition, and being a pro who's been out there showboating and having a great go of it, he needed to be very serious against this particular opponent, because he was not to be trifled with, and he wasn't prepared to do that. And he had a shutdown. That doesn't mean he's a quitter. It just meant that he ran out of what to do. Now, I anticipate in this second fight that he is going to come out and box correctly. Now we're going to see what he really has, because he is not going to be able to play with the likes of Cameron. And Cameron needs to come out and fight with the same dutiful purpose that he did the first go around. You see, Whittaker brings his record of 8-0 now with this 1 technical draw and 5 KOs. A nice, talented light heavyweight, good hand speed, decent mobility. But what's going on upstairs? His nickname is the Surgeon, so he's going to have to use precision in defeating the likes of Cameron. Cameron is going to bring his record of 23-6 and that 1 technical draw. He has 10 KOs on his record, but he's 34 years of age. And as I said, he's had outside of the ring issues that have kind of held his career up. And the Cannonball, as he's known, is not necessarily the most on the level psychologically fighter out there himself. So this could be a battle of wits, so to speak, if you get my drift. But I'm interested to see what will happen, because pressure bursts pipes, as it's always been said. And these two men are going to test one another in a different type of manner. typically I've seen these type of circumstances before. And the guy who was advantageous from the outcome of the first go round, in this instance being Cameron, because he's going to get a 2-for-1 deal here. He's going to, out of that first good payday he got, he's getting a second. But he should have been an opponent that Whittaker moves on beyond that first fight and go on with his career. And Cameron will be left to see if he can, make a nice payday going forward himself. But what has happened in the past is that guy that's in Cameron's position typically doesn't bring what he brought to the first engagement, and the other guy typically prevails, even if it's in amazing fashion of a stoppage or a beat down where the corner steps in or the opponent ceases and decides not to carry on, or is just embarrassed through the distance. One of those scenarios is going to play out here, but I expect Whittaker to prevail at the end of the day. And if he doesn't, what that really means is that he wasn't for real to begin with. And that's a shame, because we need colorful likes in the sport of boxing, but not at the expense of the sport. We need them to still be professional and to be able to engage and perform and make adjustments and grow. That's most important, to be able to grow through your experience. So what do you think? This is Stormy B-Man. Shout out to the mighty LDBC and Liberated Perspective, a third eye view of the world. For more content such as this, please like, comment, subscribe, and share. Let me know what your thoughts are about this rematch between these two men. Who do you have, and how do you see it turning out? Peace to everyone out there, and everyone please remain safe.